What's going on, guys? Hey, it's Bonkface with you. Today I wanted to bring you this story out of New York City where we had another terrorist attack. A lone wolf 19-year-old from Maine decided to take a train up to New York City during the New Year's Eve celebration and attack 3 officers with a machete. Now, he didn't kill anyone, and he was subsequently shot in his shoulder, and all these people that were involved, they're still in the hospital. The FBI still hasn't come out and called it a terrorist attack, but we pretty much know what it is. This 19-year-old had converted to Islam just recently when his father died. And guess what? He was another one who was on the FBI's watch list, but still was able to commit one of these crimes. So we'll check out some of these stories, and then we'll talk about it afterwards.
And we are getting our first look tonight at the apparent lone wolf actor accused of using a machete to attack 3 NYPD officers. One of those officers, a rookie on his first assignment, helping with huge crowds along 8th Avenue, trying to get into the Times Square New Year's Eve celebration. Chief investigative reporter Jonathan Deans live in the newsroom with more on the 19-year-old allegedly behind this attack. John?
Gilma, an unprovoked machete attack, a gunshot on a packed 8th Avenue near some security checkpoints leading into Times Square. Officials say it appears to be a terror-inspired attack by a troubled young man from Maine who might have come to New York to target police in uniform on New Year's Eve. This is 19-year-old Trevor Bickford. Police say he's a convert to Islamic extremism. That armed with this machete, he allegedly targeted 3 police officers helping guard the perimeter of the Times Square celebration. One officer shot the alleged attacker in the shoulder, but not before, they say, Bickford struck 2 officers in the head with the weapon. One of the wounded cops, a rookie on his first assignment out of the police academy.
Just goes to show you, if it's not the first day or it could be your last day, the actions that police officers must take every day are life-threatening situations.
From his hospital bed, investigators say suspect Trevor Bickford made pro-jihadist statements. In his backpack, they say he had a diary with final entries, allegedly saying where he wanted to be buried, that perhaps he expected to die during the attack. At the suspect's family home in Wells, Maine, FBI agents and police planning to search for additional materials. It was earlier this month. Officials tell us one of Bickford's relatives alerted law enforcement, warning of his jihadist leanings, including that he hoped to fight in Afghanistan. Bickford was later interviewed by the FBI in Maine, his name added to a federal database.
There is no ongoing threat. We believe this was a sole individual at this time. There's nothing to indicate otherwise.
Investigators are looking to see if Bickford came to New York on an Amtrak on December 29th and then possibly stayed at the Bowery Mission. Officials say they're looking to see if he came to New York to specifically target the New Year's Eve celebration or police officers generally. Officials rushed to check on the officers overnight.
I am relieved to report that they are in stable condition.
Police say the officers were treated and released this morning.
Let's think about those family members here who are in shock right now, never thinking the first call of the year would be their son, their husband, their family member would be here in Bellevue Hospital.
The NYPD not yet officially releasing the names of the 3 officers. As for Bickford, he remains in custody at Bellevue as the U.S. Attorney's Office decides whether to file a federal terror-related charge or if the Manhattan DA will file state charges like attempted murder. The investigation very much ongoing. Gilma.
The New Year's Eve attack on 3 New York City police officers just blocks from Times Square celebrations. The 19-year-old attacker is in custody. Police are looking at terrorism motive. Aaron Katursky has the latest. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, George. A terror attack on New Year's Eve here in Times Square has long been feared, and this morning police are increasingly confident the knife attack on 3 NYPD officers just outside the security perimeter less than 2 hours before the ball drop was exactly that. In statements and in writings, law enforcement sources told ABC News the suspect, 19-year-old Trevor Bickford, aligned himself with jihadist sentiments. And we're told the suspect's mother just last month reported to authorities her son was drifting toward militant Islamist ideology. At the scene of the attack, police found the suspect's diary that sources said indicated he planned to die in the attack and he sought a Muslim burial. The FBI recovered other items from Bickford's home in Maine. Police said he attacked the 3 officers with this large knife before one of those officers shot him in the shoulder. And this morning, George, those officers are recovering at home. The suspect is still in the hospital awaiting criminal charges. George.
Aaron Katersky, thanks.
And there you have it. Once again, one of these people were on the FBI's watch list, and that amounted to nothing. But yet they'll spend all day and night looking at garage pull ropes that they thought were a noose. It was some fake hate crime. I mean, how many of these hate crimes have they turned out to be completely false? It's almost like all these people want all this racism to exist, but yet they can't find it. They have to manufacture it themselves. But they'll tell you all day how bad Whitey is. Anyways, this kid is now being charged with attempted murder. They haven't even upgraded the charges to terrorism yet. And with it being the religion of peace, I wouldn't be surprised if this story just blows away and it never gets mentioned again. This is Bongface, bringing you some stories. Sorry about my voice. I've been sick for the past couple days. I'm just getting over it. Consider subscribing if you care about more than Twitter right now. I know all these creators on here, all they care about is riding Elon's dick and talking about Twitter. I could care less about Twitter or what Elon does. That's great. He's releasing all these Twitter files and everything, but you ask any normal person out there, they've never even heard any of this shit because the media won't cover it. So if you want to see stuff, like I said, that your average creator isn't covering, check it out here. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Let's go, Brandon.